Joe, great to see you.
Hello everybody. We're back here putting. You know, we just saw some great putts from Matt, our first assistant, who did a great job. Matt, thank you very much. Here we are with Jake Gable, who's going to work on some shorter putts, kind of give you an idea of concept of the shorter putt as opposed to the longer putt. I'm going to let Jake go ahead.
Thanks, Joe. So yeah, now as we start getting more into the shorter and intermediate length putts, some things may change. Some people don't know this, and I find this as a very interesting stat. The PGA Tour average, the best players in the world, from 10 feet is 48%.
It's awesome. It's amazing.
48%.
You would think it would be
75, 80.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You know, so I think what happens with the amateur golfer is they look at this 10, 12 footer as a must make. And there's two huge keys when we're hitting this intermediate putt.
And let me ask you a question. Don't we feel the same?
Oh, 100%.
Every time we stand over one of these, I'm like, I should make this. I should make this. And
without a doubt.
Right?
And sometimes that's what gets us in trouble, right, Joe?
100%.
You get this 10, 12 footer, you get line locked, you really want to make it, and what happens? You drill it 4 or 5 feet past, and you're going, oh my goodness, what just happened?
Because like what Matt said, you're not thinking about the speed.
Correct.
You're not thinking about the line. You're thinking about, I need to make this putt. And you're right.
Without a doubt. If I went to everybody and said, how many 3-putts do you have in a round? And I could promise you, you'd never 3-putt again. Can you imagine how many shots you drop off your handicap index? It would be astronomical. So
there was a stat out there from a gentleman you know that used to be one of the best players on tour, was Tom Lehman. Tom Lehman changed his putting stats. He was at like 1.8. He worked hard, he got down to 1.2. He almost saved himself 1 to 2 shots per round, which is 4 rounds. He changed his scoring average by over 4 to 6 shots, put him in the top 10 money.
Absolutely.
That, just like what you're saying.
You know, and this 10-footer, 5-footer, 3-footer, 2-footer, it counts the same as a 300-yard drive. So
Bingo.
taking advantage of these, it's a huge plus to help lower our scores.
100%.
So going into kind of how I see and view this intermediate to short putting, the biggest thing for me is picking my line, trusting my line, and trusting my alignment. You know, it happens so many times. I'll have a lesson and somebody will come up to me and go, Jake, I can't make a 3 or 5 footer. And I'll go, well, the thing is, you're aiming 6 inches offline. You know, so learning these cues, learning these setup traits is what's going to allow us to be consistent in creating that stroke and creating that roll. Now, for me personally, as you can see here, I have a blue line on my ball.
Like that.
I like to use it as a linear putter. So I try to match the line on my putter to the line on that ball. Now, some people don't like to look down at the line. You could use the logo on your golf ball, you can use the name on your golf ball, you can use anything as an alignment tool. Now, when I'm looking at this putt, the first thing I'm doing is, am I uphill, downhill? Can I be aggressive? Do I need to be a little bit more defensive? Now, where I'm at, I have an uphill putt, looks like it moves a little left to right. I have my blue line right up the left edge of the hole. You know, I'm visualizing that roll, where I want this ball to start. And when I get into my putting routine, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my practice strokes. Now, what I do personally is I like to look at the hole. I like to look at the hole and make my practice stroke. I'm allowing my eyes to tell my body what to do. So when I step up in my putting routine and my setup, I'm going to be looking at the hole. This tells my eyes to tell my body how much pace I need to put on this stroke. I'll then step behind the ball. I'll use the aiming guide on my putter to either a line or a dot or 3 dots, whatever it may be. And I'm making sure that is working linear with the line on my ball. Once that's matched, I'll make sure my feet are running parallel. And all I'm going to do is match that same putting stroke I made in my practice routine. Hope that helps you with your intermediate and short putting.
Cool, Jake. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Joe.
Listen, all good stuff in regards to putting. And sometimes when you're at the driving range, people are hitting balls at the range. You'll see all 18 stations at the range are full, and you'll look over at the putting green and you'll probably see maybe 1 or 2 people. So let's kind of balance that out a little bit and become better putters. Thank you.